Hello, everybody. Um, as I said in the report that on Facebook, I'm gonna do a video about a post that I make about Saturn retrograde. Let me just lower the music a little bit. I think that's better. So, what happened is that, as I explained, what Saturn retrograde when it start coming up and start more and more to shift. As I explained it before, the retrograde planets, when they start turning retrogrades, and when they move from retrogrades to direct motions again, they have three periods. When it moves from direct motion to retrograde, it's got a pre-shadow period, it's got a shadow period, actual stop or stationary position where it just stays there, and then it turns backwards from our point of view, but not in the physical reality is not. The physical reality is move the same direction for our reality because we're going around the sun. It looks like it moves in the other way. So, to begin with, what Saturn represents, okay? Saturn represents a lot of things on it. The most of the things that represents, that is the shadow inside of you. That is that place that you hide from everybody. That is the inner part that you don't express. That is the part inside of you that you basically suppressing most of the time. That is where the higher self, your true self, lives in there. The soul lives, and you suppressing that part inside, because if you look at it, Saturn, same as the picture here, the planet and the rings represents this power of closeness. And astrology, Saturn means also a lot more things. Saturn represents the government secrets. Usually when a Saturn is retrograde, the government secrets get exposed. That happened quite often on it. I actually made the astrology report for the new year that when the Saturn start becoming retrograde, we're gonna have this, and when he's retrograde, we're gonna have government exposure or secrets out on it, because usually that's what that does. It's opened. It opens that. Saturn also represents the secret learnings. What I mean by secret learnings, those are astrology, those are a Reiki, those are magic spells, those are all these occult learnings, what they are forbidden by the religion, and on it, all the new age is actually opens up during Saturn retrograde. Saturn, though, also represents on personal level. It's your inner fears that you fear to see for yourself, and also represents the lies of you to see your own lies for your own self. So if you take a look at it the way that Saturn goes on as retrograde, okay, it helps you to look at it inside of you and you to be honest to yourself. And there's going to be some lot of shifts, a lot of changes when Saturn right now it's moving into the retrogrades, and the people who are waking, they actually blessing the retrogrades planets, because the retrograde planets shift the personality into the soul, and that helps to go into the right direction. If you take a look at it, what Venus just started, we just did. See Venus, it's also on the screen. Venus retrograde right now, it brings the love to go back into the soul, to look at it inside of you. A lot of the people, when now Venus shifting retrograde, they lose the connection to the intimate part. People lose the connections to the intimacy. People open up more to, I don't want a sex. I don't want just the sex. I want a romantic part. I want to snuggle. I want to be hugged. I want to sleep, peacefully sleep. But here, what that part's going on with Venus retrograde right now, it's that the soul wants to find its peace. So now, as soon as the Venus moves away from the sexuality of Aries, it moves backwards towards Pisces, where the soul is. The Venus is going to learn the inner self of love. What is the perfect love inside of the soul? And what's happening at the moment right now, and why this is Saturn and Venus are connected together, is you to find your real love for you. You to open up that part that you denied to see yourself for yourself. You to look at this part of love and to see, reevaluate your love life, where you've been. Specifically about twin flames, this is a very important time, simply because for the one who is awakened and for who one is not, simply because for the one who is awakened, let's say if you are married and you are awakened, you know who is your twin. You have troubles with your family because everybody knows something is wrong with you, and they don't know what it's wrong with you. You simply, your love, it's on a higher level of fifth dimension, and they're vibrating on 3 dimension, and they don't know what's wrong with you. You basically stuck, you're lost in this position. But what happening is you don't live your truth. So now, when you don't live your truth, you feel that love of Venus to tells you the true love is your twin flame, and Saturn is gonna push that energy. It's like, hey, commit, admit, see the truth. Why are you lying yourself? Why are you lying everybody else? Why are you lying the people? It's not good to lie. This is the truth. You are who you are. And this is the part of the energy that's right now is going to be moving for the next few months until Saturn, it's a retrograde. There was a question from so he has what happened to the people who are not awakened. Let me tell you what's happened to those people who are not awakened. You know who they are, and I will tell you how you know who they are. They're angry, they're aggravated, they're always complaining about the life. It's not fair with them. There is always wrong. Other people are wrong. They're never wrong about anything. Simply because they refuse to see themselves, inner self, and see the truth that sometimes it's your own fault. You pretend that nothing happened. You lie yourself. Not somebody else, but lie yourself. Here is the worst thing what happen is that when you understand that you lied yourself. And simply because of whatever the case is. And that's why Saturn comes in, and when it's retrograde, it tells you, listen, stop lying yourself, stop living in this way of life, stop denial yourself. A lot of the people, they live in denial because they denied the truth. And what happened with those people, they suffer internally. They suffer because they suppress their own happiness inside. simply because they have to follow a path. They have to follow up a line that it's made by somebody else but not by themselves, and they're suppressing that part inside of it, and the denial, it's too much. The other part is of this process that's going on right now. It's we have a Jupiter who is a retrograde, who is to evaluate your relationship, who is also is a retrograde. What's the interesting part it's going on is the very new moon that will comes in Aries. It's gonna help this to begin with. We are going to have 4 planets beginning of April who's gonna be retrograde, and those 4 planets, they're connected of this pre-shadow period of Saturn that's going on right now, simply because of Saturn's going to focus us to look at it, the things that we refuse to see. Venus is going to show us where the love is. Jupiter is going to show us where the relationship we have with ourselves, with others, and Mercury is going to go ahead and talk to us and give us the message of what we need to do. And all this is going to be slowly compiled up. So right now we just feel little tensions, and the tensions will increase, and then it's just going to be just pressing on. What is this has to do with the new moon? A lot. The new moon in Aries is a new period of learning. Imagine you're in 6th grade and you failed the 6th grade. Now when the new moon comes in Aries, you begin your new year of study. And when you begin your new year of study, you study the same lessons. They're repeating over and over. From new moon to full moon, the new moon, the full moon, the new moon, the full moon. And guess what? You become beginning learning the lesson. A full moon, here is your midterm. The next one. Did you learn it? No. Okay, keep on going. You need to go past the final test. Here it is how you know about all that part. Is that you learn the lessons, you don't have to learn them anymore. You find your peace in the soul. And that's why this Saturn right now position, this Venus position, this Jupiter position, and also Mercury retrograde, who's going to kick in pretty soon, you will feel the power you to live your true self. Simply because there is a part inside of you that you suppress. And that part that you suppress of you is you. Most of the people cannot speak their truth. Most of the people will not do their truth. Most of the people can't freely say what they want to say. Why? Because they're stuck on some kind of level for some kind of reason. That could be whatever it is. And now this comes in to tell you, you have to be yourself. You have to live yourself. And the people who are living themselves, they're good. And it's the part again for the twin flame, I will bring it up. If you've been in your true self, guess what? Your twin flame will see that you're living your true self. They will feel what you do. They will feel the happiness of what you do. And if they're not happy from inside, and they're not happy, that inner happiness there is, they know deep inside of them their happiness is with you. But that is their own realization. They have to focus. And now is the time for the twin who is not awakened to look at it inside of themselves, why they lie themselves. And there is the part of this denial that right now it's going to open. You like it or not, you're gonna feel this energy. You're gonna happen to this. Okay? And what is the good part about the awakened twin flame? If it awakened twin flame, let's say like me, it's out in the public, you're out in the open, you have no fear, simply because you live the truth. You express that part that most of the people suppress. It's out in the open. You express that part, so you have no problems, you have no tensions, you don't have no pressures. You don't worry about that parts, simply because you express in yourself. Okay? But the twin flame who is awakened but still not committed out there that, hey, I'm a twin flame, I'm this and this, my love it with somebody else on it, they feel the pressure, they feel the tensions, they feel everything to commit to what? To the truth. And that's what Saturn wants. Saturn retrogrades wants the truth to come out, and he's gonna put a pressures on you, and if you feel the pressure, there is the truth. Saturn wants the truth to come out. For the unawakened twin, though, that's gonna be the part when he's gonna put them a deep depression to look. You happy? No. Why are you not happy? Well, I'm not in the right place. Why not in the right place? Well, I had a problem with this and this. Why had a problem with this and that? Because I choose to. Do you think that is the right choice? And that was that internal communication is going to happen once Mercury retrograde hits. And when that Mercury retrograde hits, this is the messengers of God. And once the messenger of God hits into, okay, guess what? The twin flame that's refusing to hear the stuff, now it's going to hear it. Now the universe will deliver these messages. Why you lie yourself? See, it's not about that you lie others. Okay? At the three-dimensional level, you think that it's okay to lie. On a five-dimensional level, it's not okay to lie. You can't lie. Somebody asks you something, you just respond. You can't lie. It doesn't matter what's going on. You may hide some of the parts, but you will express the things that are out there. And some of the people, they have a hard time living like this. It's hard to live in your truth. But what happens is those people, they have those pressures on it. And what is that much benefit at the end? It's from Saturn. You have to be very happy about all this. Because there is no more honesty in the world out there. You to admit your own faults. There is no more honesty to say, okay, it was my fault. There is no more honesty you to stop blaming others that you have no happy life, but to look at up your own things and to adjust your things so you can be happy. You have to understand all this journey, it's about you to become your true self and to live happy life. Nobody wants you to live unhappy. Okay? And for the twin flames specifically, I want to mention that stop focusing on your twin. You try to interfere with all this energy that's happening right now by you telling your twin what they need to do. No, allow this energy that's happening right now to help your twin on their own. They have to face themselves in the mirror. So this is why I'm talking to a lot of twin flames. If you're a twin flame and you totally have nothing anymore with the person you live, if you're in a marriage, best thing you do, free up yourself, go out, be free, commit out there, I'm a twin flame, and start doing your things to help others. That's all. It's so simple. It is the vibrations of living your truth. so others can understand, hey, there is a soul love, and that's how we operate. We operate from love within the soul. So you live your truth, so your twin flame that's living their denial can see that they have to live their truth. How long is it going to take them? Maybe every Saturn retrograde will do this. Okay, for some, it takes years to understand that you lying yourself. For me, it was very hard, because for me it was like the first year. I didn't, specifically the first month when I came in. For me, it was very hard. For me, it was very hard on the first year that I was like, I'm lying myself. So what happened is, in the very first year when the Saturn came on, was retrograde, I made a post. And I was like, you know what, screw this. I'm a twin flame. I love a married woman that I see. I have a connection in the soul. We have the same vibrations. I can handle this. I can live in a lie. I am a twin flame. And I don't care who of my friends or relatives gonna think what. Simply is the truth. I made that post. I posted publicly on my Facebook. And that was the best thing I did. Simply because that was my truth. And that is the same pressure right now that it's focused. Now I learned this, is that pressure is inside of me? No. But now I'm learning new things they revealed to me. Because Saturn retrograde, it also reveals the secrets. Reveals the things that you need to understand more on your level of awakening. So now it's the time for me to go out and learn new things for me. Go out and share the informations with others. Go out and do the things that I needed to get it done, so I can evolve more and more and more. Some of you, they know me for 2-3 years already, and they told me, well, Dio, you change. You keep evolving, you keep change. Yes, I have to evolve. I have to change. If I don't evolve it, I don't change, guess what? I'm stuck. And during this transitional period of Saturn retrograde specifically, that is the part when you open up the things that you go in for the next class. Right now, Saturn's going to open up and the new class will begin. The secret's going to be open. You move from the 6th to 7th grade. So guess what? Now you're in the 7th grade. In the 7th grade, you have a new materials. You have a new books. You have a new geography. You're going to study the Milky Way. You're not going to study the Earth's continents anymore at the 6th grade. Now you're going to study a planet or stars into the Milky Way. So here is what the difference is. But it's still geography. It is the things that are put it into a place. So, the best part that I'm thinking of telling you some more informations of this is focus on your calm down and peace of vibrations within the soul, because those vibrations are connected about the soul. And if something happening to it, cut off the overreacting part. That little part inside of you that, oh my gosh, this is happening. Oh, you create these vibrations that it's not really healthy, not only for you, but the people around you. Because it's a stress vibrations that it's too much. And that's why when the retrograde planet comes in, if you have so much stress on it, then you're not learning the right way. There is something you didn't learn, something you missed. The last Mercury retrograde was crazy. I'm seeing that this Mercury retrograde is going to be a little bit more peaceful, more calm. There's going to be some parts when you feel like I need to talk to my twin. If you feel like it, you do. But what you gotta tell the twin is that it's a completely different story. So my advice is right now, if you feel these tensions on it, focus of what you need to shift of being your true self. Because with this pre-shadow period that we are right now in Saturn retrograde, it's just preparing you for the shadow period. The shadow period is going to increase that thing. Hey, be your true self. Be your true self. And then Saturn's going to stop. And when it stops, you're going to feel the tensions. He's going to be, I think so, that was like almost a week. He's going to stay like this in the same place. And then it's going to move retrograde. But until it moves, there's going to be this tensions inside that it's going to pushing you. You have to understand. The secrets has to be exposed. The truth has to be told. You need to look at yourself. Stop lying in yourself. All those things that I mentioned right now for Saturn, there's going to be much more enforced. Now, if you do it on a pre-shadow period, like right now, or in the shadow period, then when the actual comes in, then you don't have to do it. Okay? To understand this part, I want you to go ahead and on YouTube, find the Divergent series that says serum. The serum part. The serum part is Saturn retrograde. You're injecting the serum of truth. There you go, the serum of truth. Injecting on it, and if you've been true to yourself like 4, you're saying it. But if you have not saying the truth, or you haven't done the truth, like Trish was, okay, Trish Pryor, guess what? You suffer until you tell the truth. And that's what's coming up. And Saturn's going to be retrograde for almost 5 months. So there's going to be a period that you're going to be working on that part. All right. So I hope this helped you out of what's the story, what's going on into it. I hope this video helped you out. I hope you live in your true self. I hope you'll be happy, because when you live your truth, you will understand what I'm saying. And that is going to be the best thing that's happening to you. You to be your true self. Be love.